This Sunday finds us
in Point Minlacowie.
Let's take a look at how we got here.
We started the week in Port Broughton.
This other pool with a shade. On the other side of that is a playground. That looks like a great pool. I might have another swim later. The Port Broughton Tourist Park also has a great little water slide.
Just a nice easy one to start with.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah. But fun.
That is fun. Here we are at the top of the water slide. We're just going to go down the green one, which looks a little bit more dangerous than exciting. Let's go. No, that's slow. Bit of driving Miss Daisy going on. No, that's gentle. I'm not even going to hit the water. Alright Tanya, we had great fun on the water slide in the pool. What else have they got to offer us? A golf ball? A mini golf course? This looks absolutely sensational. I notice it's only 9 holes, but how much did it cost?
Nothing.
What? No, free. Awesome. Alright. So I'm gonna best Tanya at mini golf. Surely you just go for the big hole, don't you? Have to.
No.
It's even the one that's closest to. Keep going. Get up there.
Blow rattle up.
Pelican. Oh, there's another pelican. Expert comments. You wanted a birdie so you could eat it? Well, hang on. Get out of town.
All right.
Hate golf. So we're at Fisherman Bay, and this is Fisherman Bay. Now, doesn't look like a lot of fishermen, but it's full of all these fishing shacks. It's like a little shanty town. There's nothing other than shacks. There's no businesses. It's just fishing shack after fishing shack. Now Jack, there's more than 10. There's probably hundreds. But it's got a boat ramp. Good boat ramp. Problem is, there's a little bit of weed about, so you put your boat in, and then you, at some stage, you have to try and get rid of all that weed. Because that seems like a lot of weed. But hundreds of little fishing shacks. And good boat ramp, and you just shoot out there to the Spencer Gulf and fish away. Woke up this morning in Moonta RV Park. It's a donation camp. As you can see, it's rather large. At the moment it's just a dust bowl because it's so dry. But fairly flat, I reckon. A little bit of levelings in places, but it's not too bad. Like I said, it's a donation camp. It's only a short walk into Moonta, and today we're gonna have a bit of a look around. Moonta. Moonta, apparently. What a beautiful old town. It's a 72-hour limit. 72? How many is that? Two? Let's carry the 3. Yeah, no, that's right. 72 hours. And at this stage, we're going to stay for our full 3 nights and have a bit of a look around. There are no toilets, but there is a dump point. We've driven about 5 minutes, is it?
Yeah, about that.
From our RV camp at Moonta, and we've driven to Moonta Bay, and this is where the jetty is. So, as you can see, the tide's out because it's a long way back. You have this sort of barbecued area. It's not a barbecued area, a barbecue area. And then it's around to a splash park and a playground. There's a caravan park there as well. I'm unsure about the prices and all that, but be a beautiful spot to have the van nice and low. And Moonta Bay, the home of squid therapy. I don't know what squid therapy is. Maybe they massage you and stuff. Just lay there on a table and a couple of squids just get their tentacles and go to town. I don't know. But caravan park, beautiful foreshore area. And walk down to the beach that way, or we're going to head out to the jetty and see what's going on. So this is a view from the end of the Moonta Bay jetty. And there's a bit of action, quite a few people fishing. I've seen one leather jacket get caught. Well, he said it was a leather jacket, I don't know. We've driven 3 minutes or 4 minutes from Moonta Bay jetty, and we are at Port Hughes jetty. Now you see the jetty going on out there. But Port Hughes also has a general store which has everything and a tavern. It's a shame it's so early in the morning, because it's just a shame it's so early in the morning. So we'll go for a wander up Port Hughes jetty, and you can actually see the Moonta Bay jetty from here. So we haven't come that far at all. Now there is a caravan park up on the other side of the foreshore. Once again, don't know about price. So this is the foreshore at Port Hughes. Lovely green space, playground, barbecue area. We're just below the Port Hughes caravan park. Got general store in the corner, photo opportunities, and the jetty. Oh, and the beach. Now it looks a bit rocky here, but just round to the left, it really stretches out to a lovely long sandy beach. So Port Hughes is pretty. So this is the beach just past the Port Hughes foreshore. Beautiful beach, nice gentle waves. It's a shame it's about 10 degrees in here. I'm gonna get out.
We left Moonta and we drove about an hour and 10 minutes out to a place called Point Minlacowie. There is nothing here. Just a bit of a car park, you'd call it, more than anything. There's no designated sites or anything. Over in the background there somewhere is a drop toilet. You have to book online. It's $20 a night, and you get this. So it's not so bad. Tide's out at the moment, so you can see all the rock pools. We are going to have a fish this afternoon, see if we can't catch anything at high tide. Didn't have any luck last night when we tried some squidding, so we'll see what we can do today. But it's a lovely spot, very quiet. There's only us, one other person, or one other camp, which is near us, but we wanted to have the view, so we don't mind.
So this is our last morning at Point Minlacowie. And you'll see the tide's going out, and you've got this beautiful rock shelf. Goes out to a reef. Last night sitting there watching the tide come in and having the waves come over that. It's a beautiful spot, it's really peaceful. But both nights we were here, there was only us and 2 other campers. So incredibly peaceful. Yesterday the weather was a bit ordinary, but today, beautiful blue skies, beautiful flat ocean. We're not far away from a boat ramp. A few hundred metres up the road there's a boat ramp, so there's only one boat out this morning, but we have seen a few more boats out. There's a nice little beach down here, which I'll show you now. So this is just a little track, and takes us down to this beautiful little beach. Just go back and get Tanya. And you'll see mountains of seaweed as being the South Australian beach experience. And remember, this is low tide, so got those sand flats down there. If it was warm, I reckon it'd be a pretty nice little spot to have a dip. But it's a nice little beach. And we come down last night and had a fish. And what did we see, Tanya?
Yeah, there were some dolphins.
We've seen some dolphins. It was a few, wasn't there?
3, at least 3.
At least 3, and they were just sort of...
Very slowly moving about.
Yep, they're just sort of stationed out there for 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Having an explore, and they were obviously checking out on something. But we
Too
had
far out for us to throw a line.
Yeah, too far out for us to get any footage of either.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, so last night having a bit of a fish here. We weren't very hopeful, and our hopes were granted because we didn't get anything. But a beautiful spot just to kill a couple of hours. Not sure whether you can see the cars around there, but they are at the boat ramp. And then you've got another rocky shelf sticking out there. So what are your final thoughts before we head off, Tanya, on Point Minlacowie?
It's been very peaceful.
It is peaceful, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
And like everywhere, we could stay longer, but we're moving around the peninsula, so you've got to keep going.
And today's travel's a pretty big one. How far are we travelling?
I don't know how you're going to handle it.
I've had one coffee. I might have to have another one because we're travelling.
Yeah, a maximum of 20 minutes.
All right. I'll have to have a double shot. So we'll show you about that campground when we get there. Point Minlacowie.
Minlacowie.
Point Minlacowie.
Yeah.
It's just out of Minlaton. They do have a nice brewery if anyone's interested. I was. And yeah, beautiful, peaceful spot. So this is Point Minlacowie.
Minlacowie.
Point Minlacowie. And you'll see where we're camped up over there. You'll see Basil and Sir Gallivant and only one other camper. But if you turn right when you come off that road, instead of going straight down to the foreshore, I suppose, where we parked, if you follow it around here, and I'd actually walk this when you got here just to make sure that no one's here, because it is probably only a one group camp.
Yeah, and it's not huge.
And it's not huge, but it is secluded and in the sand dunes. So if you're here and the weather was a bit windy, which it was yesterday, this will be a cracking spot. So it is a little bit tight, and I assume that, well, I can only imagine that this would be a premium site. So if you did come here,
It costs the same.
does cost the same, still only your $20. But like I said, I'd walk around here first just to make sure no one was here, because if you did get here and there was a few set up, it might be a bit tricky to get out. As you can see, it goes around here. I'm not sure whether you can hear the wind in the microphone, which you probably can. And then you come back in here a bit and you got protection.
It'd be great if you had like a family, maybe kids with a couple of swags or something. And
Yeah, or if you're travelling together with
Yeah.
a few of yous in a van, you'd probably fit
you'd fit 2 or 3.
2 or 3 vans.
It'd be tight.
4 at a big squeeze, but and you still get that view of the water.
Yeah. We
There's a-
would have come into this spot, but when we got here, someone was already in here, and
Yeah.
it wasn't worth packing everything up last night to
Yeah,
be
so-
in it for one night.
Yeah, but if we were going to be here for a couple of nights, a couple of more nights, we probably would have come in here last night or
Yeah.
yesterday for sure. And got a fire pit there. There's nothing to say you can't have a fire. We haven't seen anything to say you can, but
Just not in restricted period, of
yeah,
course.
and we're out of the restricted period now. And then you come up and have a look at this. This is on your front doorstep. Like I said, we're not far away from, you'll see Basil and Sir Gallivant over there, but you're just secluded and protected by those sand dunes. If you do get here, just walk up and check out the sand dune site. If it's empty, grab it. And remember, don't count the years.
Make the years count.